What is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning in. So here we go. This is the 9K subscriber giveaway right here, man. We've got a bunch of cool plugin presets right here. Let's just kind of bring them up. You can press the right click button, by the way, to pull up all the plugins at once. I don't know why that pulled up, but yeah, there we go. So we got all these cool plugins right here, and basically what we're doing today is we're going to be focusing on pretty much amplifying your vocals within the digital environment. So what that really means is if you've got yourself an audio interface, even a USB microphone, and you feel that the vocals are not kind of punchy enough, not gritty enough, not kind of as hard hitting as what you might hear from your favorite artists, I got some cool methods to help you beef up your recording. So obviously shout out to everyone for subscribing, all the new subscribers, what's up? Feel free to comment any questions. These do indeed work in FL Studio 12. I know the last pack for some reason didn't work. We can confirm that. I can just hop over to a test file right here. You can see we got FL Studio 12 open, and as you can see, and then I'll just take any sort of oh man, I'm back at the wrong. All right, there we go. So let's just take, for example, this loud preset right here. So we'll just drag and drop, and it works, confirmed. All right, so yeah, I'll just do a quick run through. We've got this vocal right here, just a vocal I found by Bricky, but yeah, so let's just listen to it first, and then we'll kind of hear what each plugin will do to help you enhance your vocals. So let's get it.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug.
So as you can hear right there, standard recording, you know, he's just got a standard microphone, standard audio interface, right? So what can we do to enhance that? So generally, what I like to do, you can choose one of these, don't use all of them. You can kind of stack them a little bit in little amounts, but all of these plugins right here will give them some color right now. You know, so all of these, what is this, like a blue, are all preamp. This is kind of an EQ, so we'll give that a green. That is definitely an EQ. So I have given away 3. You will find 3 logic channel presets, which, oh, actually 4, you know what I'm saying? Just some cool, you know, starting points for SSL, because I know the new waves SSL came out. So, you know, for those who can't cop it, there you go, you got yourself a little SSL channel too. But yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, you know, just follow the VST download link, you know, to download all of these plugins, as well as how to install them in FL12 as well as in FL20, slightly different installer paths. But yeah. So what we can do right here with this channel 6, you know, very subtle plugin. So I think the presets are set to 30, which is a cool starting point. But let's just listen again without.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though.
So as you can hear right there, it's very subtle, but all it's really doing is like bringing the volume up in saturation, and it's kind of it's gonna really allow your vocals to stand out within the instrumental, because usually your instrumental is busy. So you'll kind of see that reoccurring. This is more of a light sound, as you can hear. It doesn't really do too much. You know, Neve kind of adds a bit more treble. This adds a bit more of like a weight, and then the SSL definitely adds a bit more body. But I want you to just go and mess around. You know, when you've got a beat, you'll obviously tone it down a little bit because you don't want it to overpower the beat. But yeah. The next one right here is pretty much a tape emulation. So as you can see, the Farai TDS, and unfortunately, as you probably know, a lot of these are not going to be available for Mac, unfortunately. So Mac users, I apologize. I think this is the only plugin that will work within a Mac environment. Maybe this one, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, tape is really cool. This is really saturated, so you might just want to tone down the saturation, but just listen to the difference.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit.
You know what I mean? That's really getting rid of that kind of digital harshness and just kind of making it way fatter. Obviously a bit too saturated. So what you can do is just drive the input a little bit less. So we'll just do that right here.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bank.
So all I really did was turn up the output and then turn down the input a little bit, and it gives you a much cleaner signal, but still kind of with that tape round bottom end. So this is really cool. Great plugin. So the next one right here, man, this is more of like a XX Tentacion style distortion plugin. Sometimes it can be glitchy, so just watch out, but it definitely has a super grit to it, you know what I mean, to get that kind of cutthroat style distortion.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde.
You know what I mean? So that right there is going to instantly get you just that kind of like full upfront loud vocal. You know, definitely it's interesting. One thing I've been doing is just adding saturation, right? This is saturation type of distortion, but without, you know, instead of, you know, going to an EQ and trying to boost, let's just say like the mids to try and get more mids, you can just try and use a saturation plugin, and that way the whole vocal kind of comes up. So yeah, that's pretty cool right there. You can mess around with some of those presets. Really cool presets, man. I mean, there's 1 or 2 in each, you know, maybe 3. You know, some EQs, just at the vocal leveler, which we'll do at the end. You know, just kind of cool settings that I like to work with, you know, when using these type of free plugins. But yeah, the next thing we have right here is a Pultec style EQ. This is free. This is actually available for Mac. But this is cool. This really is just, I think this is my preamp preset right here. But this is really just gonna really pull up your vocal in level. So
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug.
So what you can go and do is you can just adjust this low cutoff if you've still got too much bass in your vocal. Let's try that.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though.
That's quite nice. And then as you can see right here, I've done a 12K boost as well. You can turn that down if you don't like that sound.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though.
You know what I mean? So mess around, have some fun with that. The next one right here is a similar style plugin. This one gives the vocal a more thinner sound, but for some records it's really cool. Obviously you can turn down this attenuation right here.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll.
You know, so this is more for your kind of trebly vocal sound. So yeah, that's really fun. And then obviously if we now apply the EQ, this is my general starting point for SSL style EQ, just to roll off or just to dip some of the bottom end, you know, get rid of some of the mud. Or the mids, you know what I mean? Boost some of the top, boost some of the top. Really cool, simple and sweet.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though.
And if we mix that in with like a tape plugin, for example.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll.
You know what I mean? Obviously we don't have a beat, but you know what I mean? Mess around and try and find that perfect level where, you know, you're gonna get that perfect saturation, and then you can start EQing your vocal. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Over here we've got this really interesting plugin, which is a limiter, but this is really gonna help you kind of finalize your vocal. So
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though.
Alright, that's really loud. Let me just turn this output down.
Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though. Dedicated to the bankroll. Shit, RP the bankroll. Days I ain't had no plug. Bonnie and Clyde, but we don't date though.
You know what I mean? Really just gonna help you hard clip that vocal. But yeah, man, download link in the description, man. Shout out to everyone again. Hope you enjoy these presets, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.